What's up, guys? It's Earthless with Team Meteor, and we're back with another episode of Ranked. This is a demo review series that we're putting out that focuses on learning from our mistakes and trying to look at new ways to think about the game. Today we're going to be taking a look at some hands-up placements in mid-gold for Season 5. And yeah, the snipers always have it rough. Almost always get yelled at even before the match starts. So we're going to do our best to make them feel right at home and just talk mad shit the whole time. I like the starting Sonic. Lets our team know about that hog. And we might have a little bit of trouble with the Pharah, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So anytime there's a hog in that stairwell, they like to pull the hardest tank flanks. So we want to make sure that anytime we see one in there, we're clearing them out right away, especially because we have scatter with a huge advantage. Okay, nice. We finally cleaned up the hog. We still have the Pharah to worry about. So I think it's probably been a better decision to stay on the ground floor so far. Pretty much haven't had to worry about the Pharah. So I wouldn't say you're getting a lot of value out of that Sonic. I would like to see one potentially closer to the checkpoint gate, but I think it is good that you're watching out for the Pharah. Now that Pharah's dead, I think we need to immediately take high ground. So you're spending your time here taking pot shots at the Pharah, but I think your time could be better spent taking positioning near the ship bridge so that you can take full advantage of Hanzo's kit, namely his scatter, his Sonic, get some free picks on people running back from spawn to contest in the ship bay, which could be an absolute nightmare to get through if you get locked down in there. So I'm thinking you just toss a Sonic at the green X, cover both entrances, and just be ready to scatter those spots. So I don't feel like you are getting enough value out of this Sonic. If you miss, you're going to be covering an area that mostly people can already see. And I think the main problem is that it's not really covering options. I feel like Hanzo as a character is really strong because of his option coverage. And so you want to leverage that as best as you can because it's really difficult to always be landing his shots. So if you can maximize the amount of options that you and your team are able to cover, so like someone's not coming through a doorway without being severely punished, or you could prevent ganks from happening by posting Sonics up in places where you might get backdoored. Just limiting the other team's options is a frame of reference that I would always try to play Hanzo from. Alright, so you guys used sound barrier, but you got the hog and the ulting soldier, so it's perfect. I think the next move is to immediately look to stop them from entering the shipyard for free by covering upper and lower entrance. I think you get a little more value posting your Sonic in a blind spot, probably by the bridge ship area, like far bridge ship area, since you know they've already flanked from there before. Quick note, you can climb the corner of that surface up to the bridge. Now, your team died, but you might have been able to escape and maybe get a pick or something while everybody's regrouping.
Say that which is unseen. Hey, don't stop. Let's get it moving.
Some really nice shots here. I like how you switched up the routes. They weren't expecting to come out of the bottom left. It's going to go ahead and win you guys the point. So I like how you're constantly looking for picks as Hanzo. We're trying to anticipate the drop on the arrow for good hit shots. This is all really good. Dude, this guy.
Shall not pass!
give a shit.
Self-destruct sequence. Firing up.
I do want to point out you had Sonic for about 15 seconds there, and if you're already gonna die, I would always make sure that's on cooldown.
I must redeem myself.
So we died twice on the low ground, nearly the same spot. I think you'd benefit a lot from threatening more from these two positions marked in yellow. The shots are going to be more awkward because you do a lot of your shooting in the horizontal plane right now, but I think after a little practice you'll get pretty cozy with high ground. Do want to point out that the area on the left is one of the best spots to threaten from because you can abuse the new Q and fire ability, and you can really fall back here with no repercussion. You just keep poking and falling back. Obviously to the upper right, you're gonna have a pretty clean line of sight of everything that's going on. You'll have cover on the far right wall, and then you do have a health pack at your back, so solid spot.
I must reclaim my honor.
Up at my position.
Roger.
Someone get that payload moving again.
Understood. See that which is unseen.
Despite not really using high ground that much, I think you do a really good job of fighting with your team and trying to make sure that you're always with your team. And I think that's something that a lot of, especially DPS players, tend to fall out of. Try to go for the super one-man dank flank, try to carry everybody every game. And obviously Overwatch is a team game, so I think that's one of your biggest strengths, is you're doing a great job working together with your team.
You are nothing.
I think a scatter here would have been really nice. I think something worth thinking about is that you strafe a lot when you're shooting to make your shots a little bit easier. And in the long run, that's going to make your movement more predictable, and people are going to really light you up whenever they catch on your movement patterns. So try to disassociate your aim from your movement, make that dodging pattern a little more unpredictable. That was some really good game sense to toss that Sonic Arrow right there. One thing that you're going to want to add to your repertoire of game sense is just an idea of when those Mercy ults are coming. They're so common nowadays, you just want to really try to keep a mental timer about, okay, she probably got this much ult, so that you don't get caught in a situation like that. Now you wrecked the Zen here, but I think he would have died anyway. This is a scenario where knowing who's died and when they died is really useful because the Soldier, the Mercy, and the Hog just went down. So if you wait just a little bit to throw your dragon, you can either stop them from contesting or maybe even kill them while they try to contest. And I just want to highlight the difference of Hanzo's ability to cover different options here. So if you dragon the payload in this particular situation, I think you get less value from your ult. And I want to show you here where you'd be looking to dragon if you want to dragon outside their spawn. That Hanzo is pretty much going to be exactly where you'd want to dragon, and just fly around to look at it from a few common angles.
Right the
Blaze it, my dude. Let's take high ground. Yeah, nobody's coming out that door.
Round 1 complete. Score.
Alright, here's the ult breakdown. And you guys pretty much pooped on him in the ult department. So I guess the feel that I get after watching the demo is that you're not taking full advantage of Hanzo's kit, but you're still doing well despite that. So I think some minor differences, minor tweaks in positioning and trying to lock down options more make it a lot easier for you. Alright guys, I'm going to end off the video with another keynote section, so hope you enjoyed it, hope you got a little something out of it. If you are interested in having one of your own games reviewed, go ahead and take a look at the description below.